are you doing? A little walkie-talkie today. Brr, it's cold. I'm cold. How are you doing? You're looking wonderful. I wanted to come on as I just can't believe what's happening with over on that shithead Defective channel. Because let's face it, after a few years now, you start to know a person, and that is just a shitty person, excuse my language. A piece of shit, a shithead, an arse clown, a cockwomble, all the other things that we really want to call this person. So Alan Winnecombe takes it upon himself to invite a convicted sex offender up onto his channel. As you do. I think this sex offender was introduced to Alan by, who would have guessed it? Who would have thunk it? Blair, Heather, and Bubbles, her mum. These two partners in crime, right? So this Blair Heather person arrived on the scene. Very meek she was. I don't know. I just didn't really have much to say for herself. And then we caught sight of Heather, who said that she was very beautiful and looked like Shanann, which she didn't. And we found out quite fast because something accidentally went wrong, and Heather turned out to not be quite what we thought. I didn't think it was going to be quite like that, but anyway, that's what this person looked like. And AD said, no. This person with the receding hairline, who doesn't look anything like a sort of what we would think of as a very beautiful woman, was a book cover. You all saw a book cover, not a real person, because this just sort of sets the tone for Alan's channel, doesn't it? That he thinks that his subs aren't clever enough to know the difference between a book cover and a person. I think it's more like Alan doesn't know the difference between his arse and anything else. Anyway, it continues from there. So this woman, Heather, now, she never wanted money. It's not about money. She's done this and that. And my job is so, demanding. And I'm close to Chris and I had a relationship with him. So all of it shit. This person said she was a forensic investigator. I think it was something like that. No, poop. Utter poop. This person works in an old people's home or a casino or something like that. Aren't they a security guard or something? Oh, and the furore that Alan had to make up when people commented, this person that we saw on camera looks remarkably like a man, not like what you explained at all. Alan had to get her mother on. Yes, because that's normal, isn't it? That's normal for an adult human being to get your mother on to try and explain how upset you are. Anyway, it was all the subs' fault that Heather's gone into a deep depression because people attacked her looks, and her mother was very upset that her daughter was going through this. Excuse me for the recap, but I haven't really talked about it, and I'm just reminding everyone how ludicrous this channel is, how ludicrous these people are, and I smile, but it's not funny, because not only are these people ludicrous, they're very dangerous, and it's got to the point now where more and more people are speaking up, more and more people are really unfortunately triggered. We all are, because it's got to the point now where this person and his cohorts and anyone else involved with Alan Winnecombe's channel, or who has been involved, needs to be culpable and needs to be exposed, talked about, and seen for what they are, which is utter scum. All of them. Every single thing on Alan Winnecombe's channel is a lie, apart from the fact of that gut-wrenching feeling and that feeling of wanting to take a shower after you've watched them. That's real, and there's a reason for that, because they're scum. And everything they're doing is more and more weight added onto your shoulders when you watch it, right? Do you ever feel that? That you feel confused, slight chaos. You don't feel joyous when you watch his channel. You feel, no, there's got to be something more. I've got to do more. I've got to think more. I must work harder. I've got to give more money. But now I'm confused about this. Who's this person? And it's all designed to do that, to eventually make you feel so discombobulated, it's like advertising, that you pay out. that you throw in the towel and go, oh, well, I must be wrong then. It must be me. They know what they're doing. He's an investigator, reporter, whatever. She's a forensic scientist. This person is this. Oh, this person's a therapist. Yeah. And so I must trust them. It's all designed to do that. Alan is not an innocent bystander in any of this. This person that arrived on Alan's channel, a convicted sex offender with a 13-year-old. Sorry to bring the details about this. I hate talking about it, but it's important. Alan knew that was going to happen. Alan knew everything that he was doing. And Alan is the one who then said to his subs on social media, if anyone wants to be pen friends with this sex offender, convicted sex offender, if anyone wants to be friends, give him a break. He's been through a tough time. And that again sets the tone for what this channel and what these people are. And unfortunately, it's so horrific that lots of people are saying, I can't deal with this anymore, I'm off. And I totally get it. I've had to pull myself away from watching these utter reprobates for my own mental health, or at least take a break. And I think lots of people in this community have, because it's relentless, it's consistent, and it's getting worse. I cannot believe that there are people out there, women out there, who are still subbing to Alan Winnecombe knowing that he's bringing on and is interacting with and is maybe friends with sex offenders who have made sexual offences on a 13-year-old girl, claiming that it was her mistake, not his. And then you get this stupid woman who, funnily enough, was the woman who spoke up against Heather in the first place. With Heather going, oh no, don't take your anger out on her for telling her she's ugly. Same woman comes up and says, well, he didn't know about what he was doing and this and that and the other, and defending him. And you get Alan's subs in the chat and you watch it for a while. I can only watch for a couple of minutes, and you still get people going, oh, who's this guy? Oh, he's interesting. I'll be your pen friend. Can he help with the case AD? What about this AD? What about that AD? And they still believe that this channel is real. They still believe that these people, Alan, Roxby, Dr. J, Dr. B, Shannon, Richard Swatton, whatever, all these people that have appeared are all kosher. They're all somehow professional. There is not one professional there. Because you know why? Because if a professional psychotherapist, a professional criminal investigator, a professional forensic scientist went on Alan's channel, they would be discredited and be barred from practicing for a long, long time. There is no one professional on this channel, none of them. If you went and looked at their rap sheets, you'd be very surprised. If you went and looked at them as real people, you'd be very surprised. Subs, they are not what they are making out. This is one of the biggest scams going. The only person who was remotely professional got out of there so fast. As soon as they knew what they were in for, they went, this is not a channel I want to be associated with. Nobody does. And the most important thing is that Chris Watts doesn't either. It's got nothing to do with AD, doesn't want anything to do with AD. AD is not in contact with Chris Watts, never has been. All this stuff with Heather, complete lie. All these clues that Alan is following the track now. Remember, he goes through phases, doesn't he? Now he's going through one where he becomes this school teacher. And you've got to do your homework, Well, I'm giving you this free homework, write it down. And then he comes in and he does this brilliant sales pitch. He says, I can't do this on my own. He's given me all these clues and I've been assigned to do this. I don't want this job. It's been on my shoulders. I didn't want this job. Subs, you've got to help me. Now, can you figure out this number, 2012T, 30, 2012T? Take it home. Do your homework. Somebody, can somebody get back to me, please? Can somebody, put this down? Producer. And it's just an old man sitting in his room. It's all bullshit. Do you think that Chris Watts will be sending secret messages to an old YouTuber who has done pretty much nothing but mess up every professional opportunity he's ever had in his life? No, not really. He'd probably go to someone who was a professional or is a professional, someone like Scott Reich, or someone with a little bit of kudos, but mostly someone with a little bit of brain. And it's not Alan Winickham, unfortunately. Oh God, fortunately, not unfortunately. But still, his subs are coming on in the chat and going, why is Chris Watts sending you all these codes? Why can't you just tell the truth? Why are these trolls doing this, trying to destroy you? Don't they have a life? Why is Chris Watts? I don't understand this. The red car, this, that, the other. They still believe the things that Alan is telling them. They're trying to work out a code. They're trying to crack a code that isn't even there. Alan isn't involved in the case in any way. He's inserted himself because all it does is bring views. He can't do anything else. People who have no other skill have to stick at one thing on here. Anything else they do doesn't work because they don't have any skill in anything else. I remember, YouTube used to be you'd watch a tutorial or you'd watch something or someone who, gives some sort of information or imparts some information, or you learn something or you feel a certain way after watching the video. And it's become this. Somebody who doesn't give a crap about anyone else apart from scamming and spamming his own channel and creating absolute mayhem and inviting criminals and sex offenders on his channel and thinks that's okay, and then plays victim when he gets rumbled. This is a despicable person, and I don't really talk about people like this, but he's despicable. He is one of the scariest, most dangerous, nefarious pieces of crap I've ever seen on YouTube. And I've seen a lot of crap on YouTube. Even that guy, no, I'm not even going to mention, don't want to mention other channels. I just wish that his subs would wake up and see the truth of what they're supporting. What they are supporting. And if they think it's acceptable to get a convicted sex offender on a YouTube channel and ask subs to befriend them. Young subs, maybe. There might be 13-year-old girls there, you never know. And yet there are women there going, oh, I support you, AD. And of course they do, because AD is a salesperson. He's a con man. He knows exactly what he's doing. The only thing we can keep doing is keep exposing, keep talking about it, keep reporting it to as many people as possible. Hopefully just make it a little bit more well known, maybe mainstream media, whatever we can do to keep exposing what's happening on YouTube. That people like Alan Winickham, the people who are just ruinous of other people, have been given a platform. And some people should never be given a platform. Not convicted sex offenders, because they're banned from social media. He shouldn't have even been on here. And not people like Alan Winickham, who crawl around in the bog of society and don't care about anyone or anything. That's a person who doesn't pay their taxes. Alan expects everyone else to just support his life, right? And if his subs are happy with that, then by all means go ahead, subs, if any of you ever listening. But I really ask you to do your homework and have some self-respect and look at what Alan Winickham really is. And all the people he surrounds himself with, they're all pieces of shit. And I haven't said this up until now. And, I was sort of speaking up, trying to be as constructive as I can, trying to put it in the best way I can, and trying to just sort of weed out all the rubbish. And speaking of rubbish, isn't it funny that there was such a furore about a certain live? They've done this, they've done that, stand up for this, hashtag that, let's make a blanket for this, we can do this and go viral, which it didn't go viral, and it didn't quite take off. But yet, where are those people now, when Alan has an actual convicted sex offender and attacker of a 13-year-old girl on his channel and is asking people to be friends with him? Where are they now? Isn't that funny? Very, very quiet. So it wasn't about hashtag child abuse at all, was it? It was just about getting another creator. But that's the by and by. They are what they are. And it just kind of showed what they are really, which we all knew anyway. So yes, I've tried to be as controlled in my language as possible, controlled in my emotions as possible, but I've had to sort of just distance myself. And the more I've distanced myself, in a way, the more disgusted I am by the whole picture. Disgusted with YouTube, yes. Disgusted with every single person that surrounds themselves, that associates with Alan Vinnicom's channel. Disgusted with his subs. Disgusted with them. Not only for being possibly the most stupid people ever, but also supporting the most stupid person ever. Alan may be thinking that he's getting rewards and that he's getting something out of his behavior and financially and this and that and the other, but my God, the legacy that he's going to leave, the embarrassment he's going to leave his family, the karma that he's going to get, God willing, is it worth it, Alan? Is it worth it to be able to fuel your gambling habit and fuel your greed and your ego? And these women that go on there and pretend to be something they're not, for a start, that's illegal. Secondly, what on earth is wrong with you? That's to all of them, actually. What is wrong with you? Can't you at least make something of yourself and then call yourself that, rather than trying to pretend that you're something that you are absolutely not even close to? What for? How does that make you feel when you really look at yourself in the mirror and go, oh, this is actually me? I wonder. Anyway, that's how I feel about everything today. Watch it if you like, don't watch it if you don't like. All the people that keeps doing the thumbs down doesn't make any difference. It just brings more support to my channel. And I'm just a tiny channel anyway. And I have an absolute right to just say my thoughts like everyone else. I don't want to sit here in front of the camera and pose or do little TikToks. I'd rather just say something genuine, what I mean, stick my face on camera and be adult about this, which is that this is wrong. What this channel is doing, Alan Vinnicom's channel, is wrong. He knows it. We all know it. You know it. And something needs to be said about it. Have a good day, guys.